I got a big female collaboration.
Ooh.
That's coming.
Can I guess
I want
or
to say.
no?
I think. Never mind.
It's not guessable?
Yeah, no, you can't guess.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Tallie Spencer. You're watching Hot Freestyle Chop Up Series. Today I am here with the legendary singer, songwriter, producer, rapper, West Coast native, Blxst. How are you?
Thank you for the introduction. I'm good.
Good to hear. No problem. We've been waiting to do this interview for a minute, so I'm glad we made it happen.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm glad I made it happen too.
Yeah, no problem. So, first and foremost, I just want to say congrats on all your success. You've been killing it. You've been killing the game musically. You've been in the studio. You put out your album. You've been working with everybody. So It's been amazing to see your rise these last few years.
Facts. It's been a journey for sure. So to see the snowball effect, see people actually waking up and knowing who I am, that's just extra motivation for sure.
Right. And you've been putting in work for a minute now. You from when I first knew you, like years and years ago, you started out as a producer. You were making beats, but then you transitioned into like artist mode all of a sudden, and then things started taking off for you.
Yeah, I would say really after I did the tape with Bino, that's when people really start catching on to who I was, because like you said, I was mostly known for producing, so I think that tape really catapulted everything.
Right. It set the tone.
Mm-hmm.
And, for the reaction that it's had, No Love Lost barely dropped even a year ago. And ever since then, I feel like I've been hearing your name everywhere. You've been in the studio working with everybody. You got a song with Ty Dolla Sign, Tyga. Like, things have just really went from here to here. How does that feel for you?
Man, it's crazy. I feel like I'm living a childhood dream every day, so I just try to soak it in and live in the moment as much as the moments come, but also just knowing that I still got a long way to go, so I just use it as energy and motivation to keep that fuel lit.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, before you released No Love Lost as your solo debut project, did you think that it would have the reaction that it did, or what was your response when, like people were really messing with it?
Nah, absolutely not. So No Love Lost was really just supposed to be like, just like my first body of work to where people start catching on to my catalog. So I just wanted to build a catalog because I've been putting out singles. So the response that I've been getting is beyond my expectations for sure. Like people been tapping in that I looked up to in the game for years, like E40 and J. Cole, shit like that. I definitely wasn't expecting that.
Right. And then, even with that being said, it's like people have kind of painted you as somebody as like the best of the West, like you up next from the West Coast. How does it feel to have that title?
That's a lot of pressure, but at the same time, I feel like I'm built for it at the same time because I know I put in the hours, to be in this position that I am now. But I'm forever humble at the same time. Like I said, I got a long way to go, so I just want to make sure I represent my city in the right way.
Right. Okay. And so you from LA, you from the LA area, you grew up here. Being on the West Coast and being an artist, how do you feel like, growing up in this city kind of shaped your sound and your voice today?
Mostly, I feel like LA is known for, being the gangsters for sure. So it kind of gave me that edge with my music because I'm speaking about love a lot, but it also gave me that like street love mentality, like speaking on the authentic side of love versus just like making it seem like it's all peaches and cream.
Right.
I think that I got that from my city, with artists like DJ Quick, Dr. J, Snoop Dogg, just mixing it all in one pot.
Okay, that's dope. And I definitely hear the influence, like you said, the street love, which, No Love Lost is definitely like an R&B album, but, we see a little bit of everything on that project from you. So I know you had mentioned in other interviews that you, like, had written it and, made it during a dark time in your life, So can you talk a little bit about the inspirations behind that project and what exactly that dark time was?
Right. I mean, I wouldn't say it was really a dark time. I probably have said that before, but now that I look back, it's more so like a transition. Like that's when I was having my first son. I mean, my only son, but that's when I was having my son. That's when I was having my son. So, at the time, I didn't really know what I was gonna do. Like my financial situation was fucked up. I was falling out with friends because I couldn't really dedicate time like I used to, and I was just in a confusing spot. But and on the flip side, it gave me that extra boost and motivation to like man up and, you know, really face what was in front of me. So I appreciate that dark time.
Right. And then, you know, at the end of a dark time comes, you know, light at the end of the tunnel.
Facts.
So since that project, I know probably things have changed so much.
Most definitely.
Can you talk a little bit about, you know, how things changed from before you released it to the project kind of seeing that mainstream success and then being where you are now?
Ultimately, just aside from music, I just got an extra boost of confidence. Like, to go through what I went through, to come from where I come from, and to be here now, it's just like, I know anything is possible just off one simple move. And that one simple move was just putting it all into my music, like my pain, my struggle, you know, just the real day-to-day shit that I go to, from relationship problems, friendships, being a father. Like, you just gotta give it to the universe and you're gonna receive back.
Right, absolutely. No, that's very powerful. And I think you touched on an important topic too, of like where your inspiration comes from. You know, everyday life experiences, whether that be relationships, friendships, falling out with people. So for the most part, all your music comes from your life experiences then.
1000%, yeah.
Okay. And so is there anything, you know, upcoming that you're working on that revolves around, you know, adjusting to fame, or what would you say, you know, are some of your influences right now?
That's a good question. Right now, I feel like, adjusting to fame for one, and also just trying to continue to be the greatest version of myself. I feel like that's a forever going challenge, you know. But my next project that I'm putting out with Bino, I'm kind of speaking on a little bit of all of that. Like,
Okay, I'm excited to hear that. What do you feel like has been the biggest adjustment for you personally?
I would say being noticed in public. Like, I'm very, not antisocial, but to myself a lot. Like, I don't really like talking, so when I'm out and people be like, yo, Blxst, what's up? Can I get a picture? It's all new to me. I don't think I'm gonna ever get used to that.
Yeah. And you're like a very low-key person in general. That's something that, you know, I've kind of noticed about you, is like you're careful about the image that you put out. You kind of curate the content that you put into the world. So, like you said, you're not a very public person. Do you see yourself becoming more and more public just as, you know, you continue to make music and start showing people more of you, or do you kind of want to remain like this, like mysterious kind of like figure?
Yeah, I mean, if I had it my way, I would definitely just be chilling at the house, but I know the industry that I'm in, the business that I'm in, it requires me to be social, you know, to build relationships. So it's just keeping that balance, like not forcing relationships or not forcing having to talk to people, and just trying to remain myself throughout everything that I go through.
Right. I respect it. So what do you feel like has been, you know, some of the biggest lessons that you've learned just within this last year, you know, adjusting to everything and it all being new?
I would say that nothing is personal in this business. Like, things happen and it's not like directly towards me or towards anybody. It's just a business. You just gotta maintain yourself. Like, you might, I don't even want to speak on certain details that I'm talking about, but you just gotta keep being the best version of yourself, bro. Like, it's all gonna come full circle. Just be prepared. Yeah.
You dropping some gems right now, but where you get all this inspirational quotes from?
Life, man. Life. My family, my mom. She a mental health therapist, so
really?
she be giving me a lot of game. Yeah.
Oh, that's key. That's super key in this industry, because you know you hear about how all the time like these artists have like, you know, mental health things that go on just because this industry can take a toll on you. So you know, outside of, I guess, well, in addition to like your mom, how do you stay sane? What do you do to kind of like drown out the noise?
I mean, it's been hard as of recently, especially with things opening up, just moving around a lot, but ultimately just trying to find that reset button, like going home and getting that good amount of sleep. It's probably impossible, but
sleep is key. You get 8 hours every day?
You gotta sleep, you gotta eat. I don't get 8 hours of sleep every night, but
what's your, like, what time you be going to bed and waking up usually?
I probably go to sleep at like 3 or 4, get up, gotta do interviews at like 9. But
like a busy. I feel like it's only gonna go up from here, Blxst. Like, you're only becoming more and more famous. Like, everybody who hears your name and introduces you to their music, like, they love you.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like it's only a matter of time. You're already a global artist.
I wouldn't say all that, but yeah. I mean, what I appreciate of it what I appreciate from it is just like it's been a organic, slow growth. Like it wasn't like 0 to 100. Like people who fuck with me really fuck with me. So, and I just know it's from a real place. Like I really care about my music. I really care, have intent behind what I'm saying in my songs. So that's what I feel people gravitate to the most.
No, absolutely. I think you can always tell when somebody, like an artist, is genuine or not. You know, their stories match. The things they talk about in their music relates. It's just a whole combination of things that makes somebody likable and, you know, sets you apart. So, you know, for you, what do you feel like is your main quality that you feel like sets you apart from the rest?
Ultimately just having artist integrity, being hands-on with everything from the production to the mixing to the writing, even the graphic arts, the cover art, the post-production on videos. Like I'm able to do all those things by myself, and I'm not doing it all by myself right now. I got a team, of course, but just having that extra hunger is why my art, you know, stands out from somebody else's, because I stand on artist integrity.
Right, artist integrity. And I feel like, you know, you're also humble about it too, which is, I feel like, one of the main things that separates you sometimes from other people. Where do you get like this sense of like being humble from? Because that's not an easy thing, just, you know, being able to say you got an organic fan base and, you know, you're doing the numbers that you're doing. So how do you stay so humble?
That's crazy. I ain't never been asked that before.
You know, it's a Tallie interview, so.
But I think ultimately, I just think like from my parents, like my parents are the same way as me. Like we don't care about being the biggest voice in the room. Like we play our position, and you know you gonna get your chance to shine, your chance to speak eventually. And I believe in that solely. Like your time is coming. You just gotta make sure you prepare for it, and that's what keeps me humble.
Okay, that's a good piece of advice right there too. And I was going to ask you, you know, if you had any pieces of advice for aspiring people or anyone who looks up to you on this journey.
Yeah, I mean, that's in a nutshell. That's what I would say. You know, just keep planting your seed, like I always say, and continue to be the best version of yourself. It's never gonna come to a point where you're perfect, but always strive for perfection, for sure.
Okay, I love that. Thanks for sharing those gems. I feel like those are definitely some quotes people gonna write like on their wall and have Blxst at the end of it. No, for real though. Do you feel like your mom gave you a lot of those tips, or when you talk to her, how does she like kind of tell you to stay motivated on this journey?
Mostly just self-care. Like make sure you're eating good, getting your rest, and you know, just be honest at the end of the day. Some people don't like honesty, but you got to be real with yourself if you're going to be real to others. So I try to apply that. Okay.
So do you pass on this knowledge to your son? And, you know, what are some lessons that you kind of like are teaching him and talking to him about? How old is he, by the way?
He only 3 right now.
Oh, okay.
So I wouldn't know if he really would understand everything.
He wouldn't understand.
But yeah, I try to, you know, spoon feed it to him as he do bad stuff around the house, but I'm not talking to him like, be yourself, son.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet, but yeah.
Okay, cool. So when it comes to, you know, your son and just, you know, being able to spend time with him and being like also super busy, how do you know, what does family time look like for you? What does downtime look like with him?
Man, just trying to be regular, doing normal stuff like going to Target, like even small things like that I feel like I can't really do anymore, especially in LA. Like I gotta go to the outskirts to feel normal. But just doing normal stuff like going to the store, going to the ice cream truck, like we can't really go to a lot of amusement parks right now, but that's pretty much what it is.
Okay. Do you whenever he like realizes, you know, like Dad's a superstar,
yeah.
What do you think that moment is gonna be like for him?
I don't know. I think like he was already born into it, so it's not really gonna be a change for him.
Right.
Because every time he see me on TV, he's like, that's Daddy right there.
Yeah, it's like normal.
Yeah, it's normal to him. So as he gets older, I think it's really gonna affect him how other people react to it. Yeah.
And what do you kind of, as far as like things that he wants to do in the future, are you like one of those people who's like, if he wants to follow in your footsteps, would you encourage him to do that? Would you? I
would not encourage him to do music. It's the most stressful thing. Unless you really, I don't know. That's probably just my mood today, but nah, he can do whatever he want to do at the end of the day. He don't got to follow in my footsteps. As long as he love and have passion behind what he doing, I'm gonna be okay with that.
Okay. What if he wants to, be a rapper, but he's not that good at it? Would you coach him into it? Use some auto tune and help him out?
I would not allow my son to be a bad rapper for sure. You're gonna have to do some studying or something.
Some studying.
Yeah. I would support him still. Yeah.
Okay. I guess we'll see. Only one way to know.
Only one way to find out.
You gonna watch this interview and be like, you thought it was gonna be a trash rapper.
Nah, not at all.
So, speaking of just all your accomplishments lately, I've noticed that you were on the lineup for Rolling Loud. That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Man, I can't wait.
So what can we expect from your Rolling Loud performance?
I don't know. I'm brainstorming right now with the team, like just trying to make it, a big moment, especially coming out of the pandemic. It's going to be all eyes on Rolling Loud, so I definitely want to make my stamp that I'm here for the long run, for sure.
And this is your first concert, after the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And, that's crazy, too, because before this, you were doing a little bit of shows with Bino and stuff, but you never had, your own performance.
Exactly. I never headlined a show, never did anything, so coming out of this straight to Rolling Loud, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild to me. It's you were a COVID artist, and then boom, main stage Rolling Loud.
COVID artist.
That's a real thing.
Not for real.
You were born during COVID. That's crazy. How do you feel like things would have been different had the world been open during that time?
I actually feel like it played in my favor because people was actually able to sit down and listen to what I was saying instead of just partying and, doing drugs to it. You actually felt where I was coming from in the music. So I feel like it played in my favor.
I think so too. I think because everyone was on their phone most of the time, listening to people and just on social media, it definitely played in your favor because you just got to take advantage of being on the internet, you know?
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see, whenever the world opens up. I know you're about to be everywhere this summer, so
Facts.
You looking forward to that?
Yeah, I'm growing. I'm trying to. I know I suck. I don't like traveling. I don't like talking to people, but I'm finding a way to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, and that's what's gonna keep me growing. Yeah. That's what I teach myself or tell myself. So yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to grow for sure.
Yeah, it's a journey. You got to get used to the journey for sure. Where is a country that you want to go to that you haven't been that you would love to perform at?
I just want to go to Africa in general. Even aside from music, I think it's important that I go to Africa.
Yeah. Do you know what country in Africa?
Nah, nothing specifically.
I would love to go to Nigeria or South Africa.
Nigeria. I was just in a session with Tim's, and she said go to Nigeria first. If you go to Africa, go to Nigeria. That's what she
said. I got to make a list of places to eat at while I'm out there. When I travel, I'm big on having a list of places I want to go to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you that type to have an itinerary everywhere you go?
I mean, not an itinerary, just a rough draft of things things I would like to do. And if it works out, it works out. If not, I'm not mad about it. I'm very good with the flow too, though.
Gotcha.
I try to be. But as far as traveling, the world opening back up, I'm sure that will also mean you're busier. But I see you've been in the studio with everybody. You want to tell us a little bit about who you've been working with lately?
Yeah, I mean, not really, but I kind of
we've seen the pictures, man.
Yeah, I know, but if you gotta follow me. If you ain't following me, go to my Instagram and you see who I'm working with. Okay. But I'm just honored to be in rooms with certain artists. It's been dope, and like I said, I'm living the dream every day. So, but I kind of want my fans to see things unfold organically and be surprised. Yeah.
Okay. I think we'll see a lot of that too. And one thing, I notice is whenever you post something on Instagram when you're with somebody or somebody that you've worked with, it's always so well received.
Yeah.
It's you have that effect on other people. You can put people on, you know, you have that power. How does it feel to have that power?
I don't know. It's crazy. I think people really like seeing people go from the ground to the top. And I feel like that's what I display a lot. I don't really do the elevator thing. I show everybody every step of my career, and it's more valued when you deliver it like that.
Yeah. Absolutely, that's another gem right there too. So now I kind of want to get into a little bit of more relaxed, fun question.
Okay.
Why you say that?
I don't know. It just sound a little nervous.
No. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Very, very basic. But okay, so like I'm gonna give you a scenario. So let's say a friend comes into town. You haven't seen them in a while. They come to LA. They're starving. They're hungry. Where do you take them to eat?
In LA?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Takaya. That's my go-to.
I love Takaya.
Yeah.
Takaya Organica.
It never fails.
Yep. What do you order from Takaya?
Burrito Mexicano with vegan chicken.
Okay. Oh yeah, you are vegan. Do you feel like it's harder to find good food spots, or well, being in LA, I feel like there's a lot.
In LA, it's easy. It's hard when you're traveling. That's the toughest part, like trying to find places, because you don't really know everywhere you go outside of where you're from.
Yeah.
So that's the only hard part.
Okay. How long have you been a vegan?
Like 7 years now.
Dang. Okay. So, if you were to accidentally eat cheese or meat or anything, like, does your body react, or has that happened to you?
I don't know.
Yeah, it hasn't.
I don't think I would react to it, but if I ate meat, yeah, hell yeah, I feel like I'd get sick as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. What made you want to go vegan?
At first it was just like a group thing amongst my friends, like we was all just pushing each other. But then later on, it was just like understanding my family health history and stuff. Kind of made me want to break the curse, so to speak. Yeah.
What curse? What family? what curse?
A lot of people in my family died of heart attacks and stuff like that. I feel like most of that comes from, well, it could come, well, I don't really want to speak too much on it, but everything is based off what you put in your body, and that's what I try to keep in mind. Like if I eat life, then I'm gonna have longer life, versus if I'm eating death. If I'm eating, animals, we don't know how them animals was killed, so energy is transferred at the end of the day. It can't be destroyed, so just want to keep transferring good energy.
Right. That makes sense. I never really looked at it that way. You might have just inspired me to go vegan, to be honest. But I feel like it does require a lot more like prep and time, and I don't know time for that. But do you meal prep?
Nah, I don't. I'm at home a lot, so I know my little go-to restaurants, and I'm mostly cooking anyway, so, yeah.
Okay. Well, I might go vegan, so if y'all guys have any suggestions where I should eat in LA, let me know, but now I'm going to ask you, so you got the spots for me.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, cool. Last couple questions, then we're going to wrap it up. So another scenario, you driving down PCH, the sun is setting, there's an ocean right next to you. What song is playing in the background?
SZA, Good Days.
Ooh.
That's been my favorite song. And I was just in Malibu, so that was my go-to song, driving up and down, going to Nobu and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
So y'all were eating at Nobu, Malibu?
Exactly. We was eating there every day. I'm sick of Nobu.
The good life.
Man, you got to experience some good stuff sometimes.
Yeah. What would you say has been like the best part of being able to go to Malibu up there? You were working, getting some work done?
Yeah, we was working on the 6A with Bino, working on some stuff for myself. It was just cool to have a whole team out at like a studio crib and just get a different inspiration by the water. For sure.
Definitely. Where's like your favorite place to record? Is it in that kind of setting, or do you have another setting that's?
Well, that was my first time ever doing anything
really?
like that. Usually I'm at home in my own comfort zone, so I would say at home.
Okay.
I don't really like big studios.
Really? Why?
Yeah, it's just too intimidating, too many buttons and unnecessary.
Right. So when you're in the studio, because I know that you write and you produce like your own stuff, what's your process then when you come in? Do you have like something in mind that you want to do?
At the big studio?
I guess, yeah, when you go in.
I don't know. Usually when I go to bigger studios, it's to collab with another artist. So I just try to feed off their energy and see what we can create together instead of just my own ideas.
Right.
Try to feed off the other artists.
Right. Do you go in with the expectation that you're going to like produce the beat?
Not all the time, no. Because I've been working with producers too as of recently. So it's been other artists I'm collabing with and producers I'm collabing with.
Okay.
But I always, keep a folder of my beats always.
Right.
But I don't like producing inside the.
Okay, so you like to have the beat done.
Right.
Got you. Okay. When it comes to collabing with producers and other artists, what are things that you take into consideration before you work with somebody?
Just having an open mind, like not being so set in stone in your vision of how you want it to come out, and just being open to, you know, a new perspective on the other artists. And I feel like that's what collabing is all about anyway.
Yep, definitely. And I know there's probably a ton of people who are on your radar right now to work with, you know.
Yeah.
As far as, you know, the future, who are some people that we can expect, and, you know, what are some things we can look forward to from you?
I got a big female collaboration.
Ooh.
That's coming.
Can I guess?
I want to say,
no?
I think, never mind.
It's not guessable?
Yeah, no, you can't guess.
I probably could, but
yeah, you
keep it under wraps for you.
I don't want you to start naming names because if I make a face, they don't know. But yeah, what was the question? Artists to expect.
Yeah, artists to expect, future collabs.
Yeah, mostly I just want to work with female artists. I feel like
females are killing it right now.
Yeah, SZA, Janae Aiko, Summer Walker, her.
Okay, the R&B ladies.
Yeah. Okay. I just feel like a female perspective on a Blxst song would be fire.
Yeah, absolutely. Because now that I think about it, you know, you don't have too many females that you worked with. You know, not yet.
Right.
Okay. Oh, I forgot this question. I want to ask. You recently released a couple singles to kind of keep people waiting until your next drop. Russ and Draco. We got to talk about how those collabs came together.
Man, so Russ, he actually reached out when I put out No Love Lost. Early on, just was like, bro, I'm a fan of your music. Let's work on something. He sent me a record. I sent him a record. And that's pretty much how that came about. It was organic.
Yeah. And then, boom, a hit was born.
Right.
Same thing with Draco, or what happened with him?
With Draco, damn, how did that happen? I think I sent him that record when he first got out. I know everybody was on his radar. And I fuck with Draco music. Like, you know, just I'm out a long time, but I just reached out to him because I feel like that would be a dope moment for the city for sure. Him doing what he do, and then me being on the rise. People like that, them type of moments.
Right, you know, definitely. I think it's a moment for the culture, you know, to LA artists, like Draco's on a roll right now, you big right now. It's just, some things have to happen like that.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, cool. So is there any other, you know, things that we can be on the lookout for from you this summer? Is it going to be a hot girl summer? Can we expect some music from Blxst for that or not?
Absolutely. Definitely expect 6tape 2 with Bino Rideau. That's definitely dropping this summer, so I'm excited for that because I know the city going to go crazy and I want the world to go crazy too.
Yeah, I feel like the first 6tape, it was like, it dropped around summertime too, you know, so it was a whole different vibe when that project dropped.
Yeah, it's a different chemistry me and Bino got, so y'all gonna fuck with it for sure.
Okay, I'm excited for that, and that just made me more excited for summer than I already was. So we're gonna be on the lookout for 6tape 2, more collabs from some women, and some more music. Excited.
Absolutely.
All right, Blxst. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. It was great having you. And with that being said, we gotta tap back in when the music drops.
For sure, let's do it.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you having me.